Okay, now we'll go on to the chairman. We have a retirement resolution, and that person, a faculty member who's retired that's not able to be here, we'll read out Matt Torola, leave, French and Spanish instructor. I'm not going to read the resolution, but I will ask that we unanimously accept the resolution on her behalf and that it be made part of the minutes to honor her. All in favor? All in favor? Aye. All right, student report. Mr. Bernard.
Well, in light of the discussion we just had, I would gladly yield my time in support of this effort. I've been really moved by this show of solidarity by the students, and I think in light of the board's recent determination to accept experiential learning from students as a prerequisite, I think it's important that they extend that into faculty. And as an older, experienced, and as Dr. Kerrigan put it, more seasoned than most earlier today, I think that makes up an important component not only in the learning environment but also in the job market, more so than just the sheepskin on the wall. So I'll conclude my report.
You're yielding your time? Okay, thank you. Trustee Paul and Trustee Kerrigan, I think you both attended the the annual salute to gospel on February 11th at Genesee Theater. It's wonderful. If you'd like to make a comment, please do.
Well, it's always a great musical take. It's easy to listen to, and certainly the music is presented in a very vigorous way that probably points for me. Thanks.
Yes, I did attend the salute to gospel a couple Saturdays ago, and the talent that they arranged for the program was outstanding. And at the risk of sounding very negative, I thought the attendance was, I was pretty disappointed with the attendance, quite frankly. I know that the venue changed last year, and this was back at the Genesee for this year. But I thought that for the budgetary dollars that College of Lake County pays for this program, I think that we're not getting the type of attendance that we should be getting for this program. Also, I think that it could be a tremendous marketing opportunity for the college, and I just didn't see the activity in the lobby that I would expect to see for such a program where we're spending the types of dollars that we're spending. We should be having really more recruiting activities at this actual event. So while I think the talent that was present in the building was outstanding, I just don't think that we took advantage of the opportunity as the institution. So I hope that we would do better in the future. That was my 20% positive and 80% not so positive, for the record.
All right, Trustee, thank you. Trustee Anderson, Holland, Slager, and myself, along with Student Trustee Bernard Kundadar and President Weber, attended the National Legislative Summit in Washington, D.C. A week or two ago. We had some productive meetings with Congressman Snyder, Congressman Randy Holgren, Congressman Peter Rostam. We also attended events, got a chance to talk to Senator Durbin, Senator Duckworth. We did ask for their continued support in Pell Grant funding, and particularly to reinstate the year-round Pell Grant funding and continued competitive grant funding, along with maintaining the Perkins funding. Also, we had a discussion with them talking about the increased funding for veterans and maintain the DACA by supporting the new Bridge Act, which is a piece of legislation that provide a bridge for Congress for a 3-year period. Bills both in the Senate and the House hopefully bipartisan, while Congress works on a more permanent solution to the DACA students. So we hope and support that piece of legislation. And if there's anyone else that'd like to add to my comments, please do so here.
Yeah, I'd like to just say one thing. I want to thank Bernard, our student trustee. He did a fantastic job in representing us and the students and being a spokesperson for all students and, of course, the College of Lake County when we met with both Senators Durbin and Duckworth. He spoke very eloquently about the Pell Grants and some of the other grants as well. So I wanted to just thank him publicly.
He did do a great job. I was also at the Legislative Summit, but prior to the Legislative Summit, because of my election last October to the National Board on Diversity, which we're working on trying to get the name to be Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, I met ahead of time the day before the summit with people from all over the country. I'm the regional representative now for our Midwest region for the next 2 years, and we are working on some issues and policies and trying to pull together information about what works and what doesn't at all of the various community colleges in terms of recruiting not only faculty but students, working on student success. There's a number of things that some of the schools are doing that they found to be really productive in dealing with diversity and equity, and so we're trying to get those together so that we can start disseminating them to everyone so that we all are going to be able to learn from each other and use the things that seem to work the best. So there will be another meeting at our next big conference, which is this fall, I believe.
Okay.
Mention one thing was I wanted to mention that I stayed for the Community College Caucus, and I was pleased to see Congressman Holtgren attended and spoke at it and talked about his support of community colleges, so that was nice. And several of the presidents who represent his area were going to talk next week, and we're trying to get him to be interested in the program.
Well, I should have also said, because everybody left early, our final speaker was Betsy DeVos. Very interesting to have our new Secretary of Education come into a breakfast session with hundreds of public school trustees and presidents trying to talk to us about what she knows about public school.
Trustee Anderson, anything?
I would just add that I attended a legal RY meeting in Washington, and a lot of discussion about the direction of Title IX funding and Title IX, how it's going to be interpreted, how it's going to be handled in the administration, and basically the FMLA and how that's going to be interpreted in the administration. So kind of like we heard a lot, but stay tuned. It's still out there.
Nobody knew.
Okay. If there's any other comments, that concludes my report, unless you have a question for the chair.
I have a question for the chairman. The Higher Learning Commission
Yes.
is coming next week. And I would think that the board would be a part of the Higher Learning visit, but I have not heard anything about whether you're doing a committee of the whole and whether the board is going to have an opportunity to meet the accreditation folks.
We talked to them about the meeting as a committee of the whole. It's not their desire to do that. Dr. Kerrigan and I will be meeting with the board, or the Higher Learning Commission, excuse me. And there's another session which Anderson is attending as a luncheon. If you'd like to attend that, please do so.
All right, I'll get more information, but then you're just talking about having individual board members.
Yeah, if we have more than 3, we'd have to have a published meeting. They did not want to do that.
Isn't that something that we all should be involved in, though?
They asked for a meeting, people. I thought it was appropriate that the chair and the vice chair meet together with them. And there is another session, which is our long-standing member. I asked him if he would be available. If you'd like to join, one other person can do it. Can't have 3. Can't have 3.
Are we not hosting a dinner for them? Because we usually do.
Yeah, there was nothing put out with any information to the rest of the board about what's going on in the Higher Learning Commission.
Should we invite John Mose?
Is there an option? Is
Can we invite who?
John Mose.
Sure.
He's working. He's got a band every night. How hard he works.
So in our discussions with the Higher Learning Commission, they were aware of the Open Meetings Act, so that you could only have 2 trustees at a time. They did want to meet with 3 or 4 trustees at least, I believe. Did we offer them an option of a dinner and a meeting, or?
We did. They said they would prefer to have a closed session.
Okay. So,
And they have like 1-2 days, they have like 1 day.
yeah, they
Yes,
just gave us
for
a,
2 days.
yeah, they just gave us a Tuesday night time and a
Tuesday and Monday lunch.
Monday lunch. So, only one more person and declares that and wants to be there.
When is that? I think someone else should be there.
If you want to attend, when is that, Derek?
The 6th and 7th. So the lunch would be Monday the 6th.
Monday the 6th.
And they're leaving the next day.
That's correct.
Only you would tell the chairman.
Want to attend the lunch, one of you wants to attend, that's fine. Bill and I will meet with them Tuesday night, I believe.
That's good. Okay. Any other questions?